Screendragon itself, by its very conception, was an orchestration layer for workflows and processes. So we orchestrated people's work, their processes, their documents, their forms, and we had a no-code engine and a workflow tool to achieve all of that. Now we have an AI studio which basically builds agents, and it orchestrates agents alongside humans to do part of that work. And the whole concept of Screendragon was to take work away from people, to give governance, give security, so on and so forth. And in the AI age, it's just a natural progression for us to be able to create a series of AI agents to work alongside humans to basically perform some of those tasks.
So now you have Screendragon, the platform, and you have the studio that designs vertically purpose agents. But you said something important that I want to just get into a little bit, is to take a work away from the humans. Go Screendragon pre-AI. The whole point of Screendragon, and as a former two-time customer of Screendragon, what appealed to me was when you took work away from humans, you were taking away make work.
Yeah.
So I think this would resonate with everyone who's listening. Most organizations, there's people spend more time doing work managing the machine and managing the process than the actual work they were hired to do.
Yeah.
And part of the attraction of Screendragon to me as a customer was you guys had figured out, because of the no-code engine, because you had configured it to my way of working and my language, because you automated everything, that you took away make work.
Yeah.
It sounds like by integrating agents into this workflow, you're doing exactly the same thing, but at an exponential scale. So it's not about getting people out of jobs, it's about getting people to do the work that they actually signed up for in the first place.
It's getting people more productive, to allow them to do more interesting things with their time, right? So that's exactly it. AI, I think, is a partner to humans. It's not going to replace them, you know? And the whole point is to get the mundane jobs out of your way, so that you can go and do higher creative work, right? And that's one of the major kind of points that we have as part of our vision, is to basically help people be more creative in their environment. And the best way to do that is take the work away that they may not enjoy, take the mundaneness away from it by giving them tools, by giving them processes, by giving them automations, which basically does it all for you automatically, and that leaves you with a lot more time, is the hope.
Right. And you talk about orchestration and Screendragon being an orchestration platform. Talk a little bit more about that. What do you mean by that? I mean, I understand the word orchestration, but talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah, I'll give you an example there. So we'll say, that you do a lot of document-heavy work in your company, and you've got a very, very high-paid brand, for argument's sake, okay? And what's very important to you guys would be logos, would be text, would be how you talk about the brand, right? And it's not just spelling. It's like vernacular, it's sentiment, it's so on and so forth. And like when you look at the amount of time that's potentially spent by somebody proofreading, as an example, okay, that you could write an agent that could take any of those documents, apply your brand guideline rules to it, sentiment to it, do logo checks, color checks, so on and so forth. But all as part of a process orchestrated through, so that I start a document, it goes into the agent, it goes back over to you, and basically at that point in time, you've saved 8 or 9 hours, because now you're working on the actual language and the creative element rather than proofreading what was done in the past. So you're orchestrating that particular layer. Then as part of the same workflow, perhaps, you're basically doing some LinkedIn content, or you're doing some other type of content, and that could be doing your Gen AI prompting, which basically is creating a blog for you or creating a post, right? Again, that would have been a very laborious task. And then, so you're orchestrating those other 2 agents now at the same time. And all those things could be happening in one workflow. So you could be orchestrating many agents and many humans in the one workflow to get output. And the output is copy, signage, TV ads, so on and so forth. Whereas in the past, you might have basically spent another couple of 100 hours on those workflows, and now these agents are helping you along, and you're saving a lot of time, which allows you to go off and do more creative work, which allows you to do more work, which basically kind of like increases your value.